to the Sambudhi Learning and Development channel of Trikai Transformation. Here you will find lot of inputs on business management system, business excellence practices, innovation, problem solving, strategy, healthcare, fitness, fine art and culture with lot more fun. In the first session on Lean Six Sigma Master Class, we have tried to understand the Six Sigma fundamentals such as reactive and proactive quality concept, origin and history of Six Sigma, company that invented, launched and that perfected Six Sigma, and various basic concepts related to defects per million opportunity, Six Sigma level and 5 steps or 6 steps approach in Six Sigma, and also design for Six Sigma and business process management system. Lean is a principle based management philosophy that focuses on customer value, planned elimination of all waste and continuous improvement of productivity and cycle time. On the other hand, Six Sigma is a methodology that aims at reducing variation in production processes in order to improve quality and meet customer expectations. Albert Einstein said, intellectuals solve problems and genius prevents them. And Lean Six Sigma is a scientific approach to prevent problems. Thanks to all viewers and subscribers for your valuable comments and likes to previous videos. Your love and response inspire us to create more and more useful content for you. Requesting all new viewers to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon. In this session, we are going to understand origin of lean management and its fundamentals. Let us understand what is lean management and how did it start. Before we start with the basic lean principles, we need to realize that the lean management is about continuously improving work processes, purposes and people. Instead of trying to hold total control of work processes and keep the spotlight, lean management encourages shared responsibility and shared leadership. This is why the two main pillars of the lean methodology are respect for people and continuous improvement. Under the respect for people, the main important blocks are respect and the teamwork. And in continuous improvement, teamwork, Kaizen and Genchi Genbasu. Under the respect, it includes respect others, make effort to understand each other, take responsibility, do your best to build mutual trust. In teamwork, it includes simulate personal and professional growth, share responsibility for development, maximize team and individual performance. Similarly, under the block of continuous improvement, teamwork, Kaizen and Genchi Genbasu, teamwork and Kaizen includes challenges to be met with and courage and creativity for the long term. Similarly, Genchi Genbasu means go to the source to find the facts to make correct decisions. Lean manufacturing or lean production is a production method derived from Toyota's 1930 operating model, which is also called as Toyota Way. The term lean was coined in 1988 by John Krafik and defined in 1996 by James Womack and Daniel Jones to consist of 5 key principles. Precisely specify value by specific product, identify the value stream for each product, make value flow without interruptions, let customer pull value from the producer and pursue perfection. That is, define value from the end customer, map the value stream, establish process flow, customer pulls value and continuously improve the processes to perfection. Toyota developed the Toyota production system after World War II. While Ford and GM used mass production economies of scale and big equipment to produce as many as parts as possible as cheaply as possible. Toyota's market in post-war Japan was small. Toyota also had to make a variety of vehicles on the same assembly line to satisfy its customers. By making lead time short and focusing on keeping production lines flexible, Toyota realized it could get higher quality, better customer responsiveness, better productivity and better utilization of equipment and space. The practical expression of Toyota's people and customer oriented philosophy is known as the Toyota Production System or the TPS. This is not a rigid company imposed procedures but a set of principles that have been proven in day-to-day practice over many years. Many of these ideas have been adopted and initiated all over the world. TPS has three desired outcomes: to provide the customer with the highest quality vehicles at lowest possible cost in a timely manner with the shortest possible lead times, to provide members with work satisfaction, job security and fair treatment. It gives the company to flexibility to respond to the market, achieve profit through cost reduction activities and long-term prosperity. TPS strive for the absolute elimination of waste, overburden and unevenness in all areas to allow members to work smoothly and efficiently. The objectives of Toyota Production System are to meet diverse customer preference with flawless quality, delivering products at an affordable price with perfect timing, cost reduction by thoroughly eliminating waste. The foundation of TPS are built on standardization to ensure a safe method of operation and a consistent approach to quality. Toyota members seek to continually improve their standard processes and procedures in order to ensure maximum quality, improve efficiency and eliminate waste. This is known as Kaizen and it is applied to every sphere of the company's activities. As I told you, the three main problems of any production system and which are also the pillars of the lean concept are Muda, which means waste, Muri means instability and Mura means variability. That leads to reduced quality, increased delivery times and rising cost. So in short, much of what we do every day does not add value to our work. The activities which we are doing on daily basis can be categorized as value-added activities, which means an activity that changes the form, fit or function of a product or service and creates a feature the stakeholder expects. Whereas non-value-added activities but required activities are the activities that does not add value to the process but is necessary in order to produce the end product or service for the stakeholder. And last one is non-value added activities. Those are the activities in a process or service that does not add any value to the end product. Generally, those are called as the waste in the processes. If you look at the traditional focus, it talks about improve value-added work steps, better tools, machines and instructions, and the result is small time savings. Whereas lean focuses on making all of the value stream visible, reduce or eliminate non-value added portion of the process, and the result is large time savings. And the overall, the time savings have a direct impact on cost, schedule, resources, capability, flexibility, etc. Now, if you look at this example, from the start to finish, there are only few value-added activities, whereas most of the activities are non-value-added activities or the waste in the processes. So, value-added time is typically only a small percentage of a total time. So if you look at the traditional thinking of batch production was like a meandering stream with many stagnant pools, waterfalls and eddies. Whereas continuous flow thinking talks about pipeline with fast flowing product, no stops, piles or backups. Doubling production rate means having the time of waiting. So flow production was an even more valuable innovation of Henry Ford's than his better known mass production models. So as I told you, the different waste we have seen in that process, those were related to 7 waste. And those 7 waste are remembered with the acronym of Tim Wood or Mr. H. Tim Wood or worm pit. The first one is transportation, in which every time a product is moved or changed by another person, it stands the risk of being damaged, lost, delayed, etc. Second one is inventory, that means products sitting somewhere is a cash tied up in a material that the customer has not received or bought it. Third one is motion. If workspaces are not clean or organized, there can be a lot of unnecessary movement. Fourth one is waiting. Typically, symptom of batching and queuing. If people or products are sitting around, it is costing the company money. And fifth one is overproduction, in which valuable time and energy going into production parts that either sit around and take up space or adding embellishment that are not paid by the customer, resulting in waste of time and resources. And sixth waste is overproduction, which means too many approvals, over inspection and unnecessary complex processes take time and resources away from adding real value. And the seventh waste is anytime you have to go back and fix an error, it wastes time and money, you can't add value twice. And sometimes some people are also adding eighth waste, which is called as the underutilization of human talent. So the most important and critical resource is human capital. The way you utilize the human capital will ensure that how effectively all other resources will be utilized. So waste is any activity that does not add value to the product or services to the stakeholder. So dump all this waste into the dustbin and increase the value. The second most important aspect is improving the flow. The goal is to develop a smooth even flow, make the process predictable, eliminate the tendency to batch and queue. Third aspect is the pull. Let the customers, stakeholders pull the product or services through the process. Waiting and unprocessed action are waste. Pull system launch major organizational issues that need to be addressed. Pull system require coordination. Pull system require perfection. And the last one is perfection. Perfect the process and adopt continuous improvement as a way of life. We must focus on cost-effective perfection using a scientific approach for problem solving like plan, do, check and act, which is also called as Deming cycle, and Kaizen events supported by key performance indicators. So with this simulation, let us understand the importance of batch production and the continuous flow. So in this example, it is taking 30 minutes for order of 10. It is taking only 12 minutes for the order of 10 in continuous production. So batch production has a direct impact on the total work in process. Taiichi Ohno, founder of TPS, said in 1988 that it even more succinctly, all we are doing is looking at the timeline from the moment the customer gives us an order to the point when we collect the cash. And we are reducing that time by removing the non-value-added waste. The need for fast, flexible processes that give customers what they want, when they want it, at the highest quality and affordable cost is always on demand. With the Industrial Revolution 4.0, intelligent networking of machines and processes for industry with the help of information and communication technology has even leveraged global capabilities with smart processing and decision making. In the next video, let us understand 14 management principles of Toyota production system as explained by Jeffrey K. Liker in his book, The Toyota Way. Please do subscribe our channel. Your single like will motivate us to keep producing useful content for you. We request